Hi, welcome to this video review of this 2017 CCM GP450. Finally, I've uploaded another review. For long-term subscribers or viewers of this channel will know I've not uploaded a vehicle review in many years. That's because I've been trying to run this business, just not really had the time, but as it's now winter, got a little bit more time, so try and start doing some more review videos. I see at the moment it's a bit snowy outside, so I can't take it for a road test, but we'll have a look at it on the ramp, go through a few of its unique features, start it up, let you hear it run, and maybe when I get it back in and it's a bit drier and warmer, we can take it for a ride. So without further ado, let's have a look at it. We'll start off with it up on high on the ramp, just so we can have a look at the bits down, lower down, a bit easier, especially on my back. This CCM is powered by a 450cc single from a BMW. You can tell it's from a BMW because they don't make any attempt to disguise the branding on the engine. As you can see, CCM, BMW. This BMW engine has a very clever trick up its sleeve. If you look here, the output sprocket for the chain is directly in line with the swing arm pivot. This is a very clever design because it allows you to not need to worry so much about the chain tension, because as the swing arm moves up and down, the length of the chain doesn't change. Because on a traditional bike, where say the pivot is normally about here, as the swing arm moves up and down, the length of the chain changes, which is why you always set chain tension, because it allows then that the chain's not going to be too tight at the extreme of its travels. But this does away with that, which means you can run the chain a lot tighter, and it helps the wear on it. It's a very clever bit of design, but as you can see, makes it a lot harder when it comes to change your chain and sprockets. Whereas on a traditional bike, it's just a bolt, screw, 2 bolts, or something there. Take the sprocket off. This, you've got to take the whole swing arm out. But I think that's a payoff, especially on these sorts of adventure bikes. The chain tension is quite key, especially when you're using them off-road. We'll just move around here. I mean, I don't know if you can quite see it in the videos. These are quite small bikes. They're quite low seats. I don't know if this is specifically, this model has lower seats, or you can get it with a slightly higher seat. When we get it down, we'll have a look. Maybe I'll even set up the camera and show it being sat on. This side, it's got the adventure style exhaust going up there for extra ground clearance. This is like a dual sport adventure bike designed to be used off, I wouldn't say off major roads, maybe a bit of green laning. It's got a skid plate there underneath. Go around to the front. Nice adventure style headlight, front fairing, very tall. This is these either side. These are the fuel tanks, so the fuel tank comes quite low, so it help keeps the weight low down. So you've got good manoeuvrability. You've got the big 21-inch front tyre with knobbles on. Okay, I think what I'll do next is I'll lower the bike down. I'll have a look through some of the other things and then start it up. Yeah, I said we'd do a sit on it, just so you could see comparison size-wise. Right, I'm 6'2". You can't really see, but I can get my feet easily on the ground. It's a nice riding position, whether you're far forward, sitting a bit further back. Yeah, I'm not sure how much help this is because I can't get far enough zoomed out. But we'll try again and improve. Okay, now we've got the bike lower down. You can perhaps see it's got very low seat height. Another interesting feature or quirk of this bike, you fill the bike up from with petrol from here. You can see there's no top part of the tank, and so these either side of the frame are the tanks, and it's filled from here. Again, it helps stabilize the mass of the bike to keep all the weight low down, because one of the main problems with these high adventure sport type bikes is that all the weight can be quite high up on the bike, which can make it quite unsettling and easy to tip over if you're not careful or steady on your feet. So it's a nice seat, gives you good movement. Go on the handlebars area. It's Renforce from the factory. Look at the CCM brand in here. Standard sort of controls. And the dash. Alright, let's start it up. See, there's the dash. We'll start it up. We'll give it a short rev. Okay. As you can hear, it's quite a quiet exhaust note with that standard can. The dash doesn't really give you much in the way of features. Just gives you the speed, everything else you need to know. It's got a fuel light rather than the fuel gauge. Nice little adjustable screen there. And the rack. This bike has also got a gravity fed chain lube. Right, just from personal experience, because this customer's bike I've been looking after since 2018. It being a single cylinder, it vibrates a lot. If you're not used to a single cylinder engine, especially something that's got low down grunt and punch, it vibrates a lot. Your feet do get numb after a while if you're not careful. And because of that, various fastenings and nuts and bolts can fall off. This has come in for its annual service, and I've had to replace 4 bolts which have vibrated themselves loose. That's pretty par for the course with these sort of bikes. Have another look this side. There's been a few other little bits and pieces, like the front speedo sensor stopped working, and that was interesting trying to find the replacement, because where CCM are basically a parts bike, they use bits from all other different manufacturers. Finding the right part for it can be difficult if you're looking for genuine bits. Like, for example, the speedo sensor we replaced, that came from, I believe, from a KTM. So we had to find the part number for it before we could order it. Like service bits, it's a BMW, so if you look up the relevant BMW engine, like for oil filter, oil type, spark plug, that sort of things, that's relatively quite easy. Same with the brake pads, they are quite easily known. Other than that, I don't think there's much more I can show. But these are, I suppose, what CCM would deemed like an entry-level adventure sports bike. They are good at what they do. The owner tells me it's a great bike, ideal for what they need to use it for. So, sorry for no road test, but as you can see, as I can zoom in, it's still a bit snowy here. So, no road test for the moment. So, you've been watching this video from JM Motorcycles. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.